I lost my job about a month ago, and ever since then, I've been unemployed. I was a junior accountant at a small company called DAA, Digital Accounting Agents, and my job was to oversee my clients' finances, reconcile their bank accounts, and create journal entries for both their company expenses and revenue. Truth be told, I had no clue what the fuck I was doing. Half of the time, I was using ChatGPT to help me understand the difference between a general ledger and a journal entry. And to be quite frank, I still don't know what those two things are. All I know is that in the accounting world, journal entries are a huge deal apparently. Something about balancing books or some shit. I don't fucking know. Anyways, long story short, I only lasted 3 months before my main client, Empire Tax Professionals, pulled the plug after telling us to do more work without trying to pay us more. Logically, my boss was like, fuck no. If you want us to deal with more clients, you'll have to pay us more money. And then they were like, I bet, say less, and remove their clients from our database without telling us. And then the next day, my boss called me on Microsoft Teams to tell me that I was fired because the client he hired me for essentially whipped out their cock and made their way with us. And so began my unemployment journey. After being fired, I thought I would cry and shit my pants and start hyperventilating. After all, my main source of income was now non-existent. But to be honest, I felt a sense of relief. It's as if a pair of imaginary chains had been broken and now I was able to experience freedom. I spent my first week unemployed going out and exploring the city. I visited Times Square and witnessed two crackheads fighting each other for a small piece of crack. I went to the beach at 4 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon and swam until sunset. I went out and watched a movie by myself in an empty Regal movie theater. It was empty not because it was Wednesday morning, but because I was watching the live adaptation of Snow White and the Seven Midgets. I was waking up and jerking my shit multiple times before getting out of bed, binge watching hentai, and eating whatever the fuck I wanted to eat. My life was pretty great. I had been working full time since I was 17 and had forgotten what it felt like to not have a job, so I was enjoying myself. But of course, nothing lasts forever. There's only so much video games I could play and anime.tv videos I could watch before reality started to settle in. After my first week of being unemployed was over, I experienced something I like to call the Red Awakening. After neglecting my finances for a whole week, I was forced to face reality. Rent, car insurance, and utility bills had to get paid by the end of the month, so I had to check my bank account and take responsibility for the reckless spending I had committed the previous days. After a quick prayer, I took a peek on my account balance and realized that I was absolutely fucked. I had only 2 months worth of expenses covered, and I was bleeding money every day from the amount of Four Locos and beatboxes I was chugging while editing these videos. If things couldn't get any worse, my YouTube channel was barely pulling 400 views. I was losing subscribers by the minute. I was still struggling to read, and my hairline was slowly receding to the back of my head. Soon enough, I'd have to resort to selling my body just to keep the lights on. With my back and hairline against the wall, I had to do something I hadn't done in a long time. I had to find a new job. So I logged into my old Indeed account, updated my resume using ChatGPT, and rewrote my LinkedIn bio to make it seem like I knew what the fuck I was doing with my life. And after an hour of dilly-dallying, I started the process of applying to jobs. Let's just say that job hunting didn't go smoothly as I planned. I had applied to 40 different jobs in the span of 4 days and had yet to get a follow-up email. But my third week of being unemployed, I hit rock bottom. I was getting blacked out drunk, sniffing glue, and putting salt in my coffee. I would stand late at night with my refrigerator door swung wide open, eating a cold 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell while swaying back and forth with my eyes closed. It was safe to say that I no longer recognized myself. I would spend the majority of my time locked inside my room, playing Summertime Saga and Yandere Simulator, hoping to get any sort of dopamine stimulation, but by now my receptors were completely fried from the amount of alcohol I was consuming. I knew something had to change, so I applied for unemployment, and that's where I'm currently at right now. Getting fired from my last job taught me that when push comes to shove, a company only looks at you as a number and a liability. I didn't get any warnings or write-ups or even a 2-week notice. And yet when it came to firing me, my boss didn't hesitate to think twice about my livelihood or well-being. And I can't blame him for that. At the end of the day, it's all about business and survival. But what I can take from this situation is this: you're better off creating something for yourself and nurturing it while working for someone else. And that's what I tend to do with this YouTube channel. As much as I joke about it, I love making videos, I love writing poetry books, and I love being creative. And what if it doesn't work out? Easy. I can just resort to selling my body until Moist Critical or XQC decide to react to one of my videos, and maybe then I'll be able to make a living off YouTube.